Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday morning. Today was check-in day. I had taken last week's off of check-ins because I knew things were going to be a little bit off anyways because of my family weekend and everything. I didn't go too crazy, but I did enjoy some, so I just went back on plan last week. Started my first cycle in like 3 months, so everything was just way off last week, but I checked in this morning. I'm already back down in weight from last week. Measurements are still up a little bit, but I'm not really too concerned with that. Today is the first official day of my prep for my fall shows, so I'm going to try my best to jump on here at least once a week, get you guys a video up and just show you what is going on. So today I'm going to walk you through my food all day, or I'm going to try to, because I did go ahead and drop my calories down this week starting out. Cardio I set at 5 by 20 on the stairs. I can't go super fast on that still because of my leg, but pretty good intensity. I am sporting my metabolic nutrition this morning, and then I have a leg day, a lower body day today. So I'm going to try to record my full workout to show you guys just the difference in training that I have been having to do on my lower body this past I guess 4 weeks now, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, since I had that right lower hamstring tear. So I have been keeping up on the lower rate, higher rep, very long holds, slow, controlled everything, but I do think it's been beneficial. I've been feeling more targeted soreness than I ever have, and yeah, I think it's been a good change up because I've never honestly trained like that. So I'll walk you guys through that and show you what a workout looks like working around an injury, because it is definitely still messed up. It still hurts. It honestly hurts the most whenever I just do my daily walking, but it's I'd like to say it's getting better, but it's really not. It's kind of just staying the same. So yeah, I will show you guys that in a little bit, but for now we are gonna start out having meal one of the day. I did have I have like a little biscotti in the morning. This will be my last day having that, because I'm dropping calories and because I ran out. But I'll show you guys what these are. I get them off of Amazon. They're called Noni's Bakery. These biscottis, they have all different flavors, but they're only like around 90 to 110 calories. They're really good and not too many ingredients for something that's a little bit of a good sweet fix whenever I'm out walking Pippi. So I usually have that first thing in the morning. So today was the last day I will have that. And then I came in, started work, started my check-ins, and then I have a pretty basic routine in the morning. I've been wearing my hair in a ponytail lately. I found this new, it's like a true lotion or something from Revlon. I'll have to show you guys that later. But I put a little bit of spot corrector on my face and then put that on with my lotion and a little bit of setting powder, and I like the way this looks. My skin is finally clearing up, I think probably because I finally started a cycle and my body is leveling back out. But yeah, so that's kind of been my morning routine. Have an energy drink, chug in some water, my metabolic nutrition here, some glutamine, and one of my electrolyte packets, because I have at least 2 of those a day. So I mix that with a little bit of my flavored glutamine from Metabolic. Use my code Kimber, 20% off. But they have some amazing flavors. So today I think I have orange electrolytes and blue raspberry glutamine, which sounds weird, but it's actually pretty good. So let's go check out what I'm having for breakfast, which is actually also my pre-workout meal. Okay, so if you guys have been following me, you know that my first meal of the day, my favorite meal of the day, is my protein pancake. You guys have all asked multiple times on how I make it, and I've showed it a couple times before, but it really is very simple. I've always just used a pancake mix. I used to use Kodiak cakes until I found out that I was not good with wheat. So I did switch over to this. It's called Miss Jones Baking Company. It's an oat pancake mix. It's gluten-free. It's pretty, like, It's like whole food. It has oat flour, coconut sugar, and just baking soda, sea salt, cream of tartar in it. So, and potato starch. So yeah, pretty clean, minimal ingredients. So I really like the way that this one digests and the way it bakes and everything. So I just do a serving of that. Then I use right now I'm using the chocolate cake protozyme from my company Metabolic Nutrition. I love this flavor. The peanut butter cookie one and the butter pecan cookie are both really good too. So I just do a half a serving of that. I have my scale down here and I'm like measuring things out as I go. Just, you guys can't see that. And then I do just a little bit of cocoa powder, just for a little more chocolatey taste, because I don't use any artificial sweeteners on this, and then a little bit of baking powder. I don't measure those, so just be careful how much baking powder you put in, otherwise it's gonna be way too poofy whenever you bake it. And then the last thing I do is put 145 grams of egg whites in it, mix, cook, and then I top with, right now, this is probably the last week that I'll use this, but a half a serving of the Biscoff crunchy cookie, and then a half a serving of just plain natural peanut butter, which is pretty much what I've only been using. I just got one of these like 3 weeks ago and decided to mix it up a little. So that is how I make my protein pancake. Like I told you guys, super easy. There's nothing to it, nothing fancy. It's just a pancake mix and a little bit of protein powder and egg whites. And then in the morning, I also take digestive enzymes with every meal, not just in the morning. And then with my bigger carb meals, I use one of our products called insulin. I really like this. I started using it a couple of weeks ago, and I love the way that I feel, and I really do think it helps keep my weight level, especially whenever I use it on like refeed days. So this product, I highly recommend insulin, but buy more than one bottle, because if you like it, you'll definitely go through it quickly. And then the other thing I'm going to have this morning, it's a lower body day, so it is a higher calorie day. I'm going to have part of a banana with breakfast, so I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. And there you have it. We have Biscoff, peanut butter, my banana, and a protein pancake. I will say that I think peanut butter is definitely the superior nut butter for spreadability in small amounts, but I am going to eat, go finish my check-ins, and then head to the gym and show you guys what this lower body day looks like. All right guys, I am over here at the gym, ready to start my lower body day. I finished my breakfast, waited about 45 minutes or so. I like to make sure it's digested before I just come over and jump into a leg day, because I will probably be here for about 2 hours. I do a little bit more like sets and reps than I had been. Normally it was like literally like 4 compound movements and like 4 sets of each, like basically 16 main sets of exercises when I was lifting heavier and everything. And now I'm at about like anywhere from like about 26 to 28 sets of stuff, but that is because I'm going like body weight on half of it, banded, very slow, very controlled. It's just a totally different type of workout. So yes, there's more sets, but if you are able to lift like normal weight and push yourself on that side of things, you don't need to do this many sets. So again, this is a completely different workout because I'm working around an injury, so that is why I have a little bit more sets, because a lot of it is like banded, lower weight, body weight, that kind of stuff. So we are going to get started. I'm just going to show you guys the first set of each exercise. All right, so first exercise we are getting started with are banded glute bridges. This is lying on the ground, just on a mat with one of the heavy bands right placed above my knees, and super slow, very controlled, really big squeeze at the top, and I'm doing I think 25 of these. So squeeze at the top. All right, that was just one set. As you can see, it took me a minute or two to do just 25 reps of those with how slow and controlled I'm going, how hard I'm squeezing at the top. I did 15 full reps and then 10 really, really tight, hard hold squeezing at the top reps at the end of that. So I have 3 more sets of these and then we'll move on to the next. All right, our next exercise that we are doing is walking lunges. So these feel okay. I do feel a little bit of tension and stress on the hamstring whenever I do them, so I do start out completely body weight. I do 20 on each leg for 4 sets, and I have down today to try to work up to 20-pound dumbbells, but I might end up only doing 10 on each leg for that, because I haven't added weight to these, if any, except like 10 pounds, because it really does somewhat bother that hamstring. But I try to lean slightly forward, as I'm a little bit taller, the way that my legs are, a slight lean forward adds a little bit more emphasis on the glutes. I feel it a little bit more there, so you'll see that as I'm going. So that is that on the first set of lunges. Lunges always make me so out of breath. Oh, so hard. I feel like lunges are like half cardio, but I have 3 more sets of those to do. And then we will go to the compound movement I have, which is a squat on our booty builder equipment, the squat thrust, which is great because I can feel it almost like a hip thrust would, but right now I can't do an actual hip thrust because of the angle of my hamstring. So that sucks because that has eliminated a very good exercise to the key of growing glutes, but we are making it work. So I will show you guys the squat thrust next. All right, ready for the next exercise. This workout is taking me longer than normal today because I have so many messages from different things, so a little distracted today. Maybe not gonna be my best pump workout, but that's okay. We're still gonna get it all done. Our next one is the squat thrust. This is one of my favorite machines, especially right now because it's one of the ones I feel the most in my glutes and one of the only ones that I can go somewhat heavy on without it literally killing that hamstring. So here is the machine that we're working with, and let's get started. All right, so on this one, I'm able to start with 425 on the incline here. Today, I'm gonna try to go up by 25 play each time. Make sure that this is all the way into your hips, adjust it where you need it to. I push my heels all the way back as far as I can, really shove my calves back against this, and then I stay slightly leaned over during the whole thing. I do 5 full, really slow contractions, then I do 5 more like thrusts, like that ugly butt squeeze at the top, and then I do 5 pulses at the bottom, and man, do I feel this one so good when I do it. So let's get started. All right, the next exercise, I'm gonna go back and forth between these, is going to be the lying leg curl. So this one is really hard. I had been doing just the leg curl motion with absolutely no weight for the first like 3 weeks. Then I started doing just 10 pounds on this. I have down to do my last set at 40. We'll see how many I can actually get of that. And honestly, when I go up in weight, I have to stay at the top end of the exercise. I can't go all the way down at that because since it's the right lower hamstring that had the minor tear, the lower end of the exercise really starts to hurt. But the upper end, honestly, is fine. And I will say, since I've been doing these really slow targeted, even though it's lower weight, movements on the hamstring curls, I have actually been feeling really sore in my hamstrings. Not sore like pain from my injury, but sore in my hamstring muscle. So I'm really loving the way these are feeling. So yeah, I'll show you what those look like. The first set is just with 20 pounds. I'm gonna skip the 10 today and see how I feel on that. Might not get a full 20 reps. We'll see how well I do. But I just go, again, nice and slow and controlled on these. Make sure that on the lying hamstring curl, you really push your hips into the machine. Don't let your hips come off, because then you're gonna be utilizing your body to lift with that rather than just your hamstring. So really focus on shoving your hips into the pad. So the beginning of this is always a little hard to get up. Now to here, it's not too bad. So you'll see I don't go quite all the way down on all of them. Normally, of course, I would, but for the purpose of my injury, I do not. So if you guys see this, that is why these look a little different. Because I'm trying to make sure that So 20 pounds is still a little hard for me on those, but at least I'm doing something. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna watch this video and either be at like 17 or 24. No idea what I was on. So there's those two, gonna go back and forth on that, and we'll move on to the next. All right, got done with those. Next is the squat machine. So this is one of the true squat machines. This is a little bit older version of like a squat, but I actually really love this. I like the way that it works my glutes, and it's again another one that doesn't hurt my hamstring too much. So that is what we're moving to next. So on those you saw, I like to keep my pelvic bone tilted a little bit underneath of me. I don't know why. I've been doing that on a few of my exercises. I seem to feel it a little bit more in my glutes. Takes a little bit of strain off the hamstring. But yeah, I like the way that one feels. And then I did 10 full, at least I think. I'm a terrible counter. And then 5 at the bottom end of the rep, because the top end of that one, whenever my leg is fully extended, is whenever I start to, again, feel it kind of hurting in my hamstring, but I feel it way in the glutes at the bottom end of that exercise. So I have that, and then next up, we have just a simple leg extension. Slow and controlled, really squeezing my toes up towards me. Just gives you even more of an emphasis on your quads. Next one, so this one's going to be like a triple superset here, is the gluteator, just another form of an abduction. I really like this one. All right, I had to have Sam charge this because it was almost dead. I have no focus today at all. I don't know what's going on. No clue, but we are almost done. I've had too many text conversations during this workout. That's why I've been here for 2 hours, but that's okay. We're almost done. The last thing we have, it looks like somebody left their drink here. Somebody's speaking my language with the energy drinks, but we are doing abductions. And since this one is a little bit farther apart, life hack for you guys, use yoga blocks to make it to where your legs are close together to start. You'll feel the tension on your glutes way more. So there you have it. That is my lower body day with all my modifications for my hamstring injury right now. So I'm gonna finish up those 3 sets, head over, I'll show you guys what I'm having post-workout, and then I have an appointment to get to. All right, so finally finished that workout. Man, that took forever. You have those days sometimes that you're just not focused. I had a lot of phone conversations going on, just very distracted, but I got it all done. I got all the exercises done, got a pretty good pump on my glutes. I do have to go back and finish my cardio now, or I can always just take today as one of my off days of cardio because I'm only doing 5 by 20 right now, which I might do because I do have an appointment after this, need to finish some check-ins, have some other stuff to do. And it's once I get out of the gym, I get out of that zone. So I might just wait and carry over my cardio to the next 5 days in a row instead of doing it today. So the beauty of only having 5 days of cardio, you can pick whichever 2 days you want to not do it. So this is my post-workout meal. It's very boring, very simple. Like I've said on my stories on Instagram, if you guys follow me there, I am almost all whole foods. I may have a little bit more sugar from fruits and stuff like that, but it's whole foods. It's, as close to single ingredient foods as possible, and it's just so much better for my digestion. I already took 2 more of my insulins from metabolic, another digestive enzyme, and then another tip that the dietitian who specializes in the GI test that I did, she told me was one thing I was doing, I was chugging a full bottle of water with each meal. I don't know why, I just thought in theory helps me process food. Well, she did say that whenever you're drinking too much water at meals, it can dilute the acid in your stomach that helps break down your food. So I have, of course I take a few sips because 99% ground turkey, y'all know when you eat it, that'll probably be the cause of my death if it happens because it's real dry. So sometimes I have to take a few sips of water, but I do try to avoid, and then I wait about 20 to 30 minutes after I eat to continue drinking water. So that's just a little tip. Maybe that'll help someone else. Maybe it'll make it worse. I don't know. Do your own consult, do your own GI test, figure out what they say, but that is something that I've been incorporating too. So here is what my post-workout meal looks like. I have 2 corn tortillas, just plain corn tortillas, a little bit of shredded lettuce, 99% or 98% lean ground chicken, hot sauce, 3 corn cakes with some feast mode, the cinnamon seasoning on it, and then 40 grams of blueberries. So total, this meal is about, I think it's 40 grams of carbs, I don't know how much protein, and very little fat. That is my dog. The ring alert going off. She's running outside. But yeah, this is my post-workout meal. Eating this now, and then I will head across town to my appointment, come back, and probably finish some check-ins from there. And then, I'll show you guys my snack that I'm gonna have. I shared this on my story the other day, and this will probably fall off in the next 2 weeks or so. But one of my go-to snacks right now, I used to be a big protein bar person. I can hardly even eat protein bars anymore. I don't like the taste of them. I've really strayed away from that with eating more whole foods, and now the taste of them kind of just like gross me out. And I like whole food volume. Like, you can have a protein bar this big for like 250 calories, or I can have this whole entire plate of food for maybe not even that. But one of the snacks that I'm really, really loving right now, I actually found walking around Caesars with my family down on the strip, but whenever they were here visiting, but it's called Sweet Nothings Nut Butter Bites. I really want to figure out how to make these myself. Because it's really easy. It has, the main ingredient of this is a date. So it's like a hulled out date, and then the nut butter is stuffed in it. It's not too high of fat, 5 grams of fat, 22 carbs, 4 grams of protein, 145 calories. Most of the carbs do come from sugar. There is 4 dietary fiber in it. The rest is from natural sugars that of course comes from the dates, but it has dates, peanut butter, apples, oats, flaxseed, cinnamon, and sea salt. That's it. Only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ingredients if you count the cinnamon and salt. So really clean, still whole food. It's super tasty. It's a grab and go snack, and I love these for post-workout or like an afternoon like pick me up, or in the morning first when you wake up would be a fun little treat to get your body going. So these are some of my favorite snacks right now. Hopefully, I need these guys to endorse me. I wish they had more flavors, but this is the only one I can find in Smith's. It's apple cinnamon, but they do have 2 other flavors that you can order, and I think they can be found on Amazon. But I'm gonna eat my food now and get to my appointment, but otherwise I'll check back in later with my next meal. But this will be my next snack, along with some, you guessed it, Dutch Brothers. All right, I am back home from my appointment. Got some coffee on the way, got some poke, and I'm like I have 3 meals left for the day. I'm actually behind on food, so this may look a little weird by the end of the night, because I might be kind of combining stuff that I wouldn't normally do, but I just got a weird span of not feeling hungry, which doesn't happen very often, but yeah, so this is technically my second to last meal of the day, and I've missed my 3rd meal of the day somehow. But I get a poke bowl from this place called Poke Heaven. It's a little local place. It's like 8 minutes from here. I get this like probably like 4 times a week. It's one of my favorite things because it's super clean. They're really nice and make it exactly how I need it. So I have 1 corn cake for a little bit of carbs, a little bit of crunch I'm gonna put on top. And then here is the bowl. So I just have cucumber, ahi, spicy ahi, and they don't add any like fattening like mayo or anything like that in it. And then just sriracha and soy on top, and 1 scoop of crab, which I do a lot for that. And crab is not really a protein source. It's got a little bit of protein in it, but it does have a little bit of fat from the like mixture that they mix it with, and then it actually has like about equal amount of carbs to protein. So I do use this as a little bit of my carb source. So this is a good fiber meal. I try to eat this really slow, make sure I definitely take digestive enzymes with this. And yeah, so this is one of my other meals for the day, but I'm gonna jump on and answer just a few late emails, check-ins, and just hang out for the rest of the night. So yeah, I might be, like I said, a little weird on food. I'll make a protein muffin. So I only use about 1 scoop of protein powder a day, not even a full scoop. I use a half a scoop in the morning with my pancake, and then at night like 0.38 scoops. But tonight I might actually use more and just make a full protein pancake versus like my smaller little protein. Like I usually make it in a bowl at nighttime because it's like half the amount. It's just a nice little sweet treat for me, a little bit lower carbs before I go to bed. But yeah, tonight it might be a full-on like breakfast protein pancake almost, minus all the nut butter. I can use a little bit of nut butter but not much. But Yeah, because I'm behind on meals. So, yeah, I'm gonna eat this. All right, guys, it is almost 8:30. I am at the end of the night. I had to do some weird compiling with my food because I missed a meal today, which does happen, but I don't go off track. I don't go off plan. I still get my food in. I just combine what I would normally have. You guys have seen me share on my stories. Is like a ground turkey salad with fruit and fig jam. I do love having that, but it is pretty filling because it's just a salad. It's like, larger volume. So I did switch that out, and like I said earlier, instead of having my like little protein muffin, I'm just gonna have another protein pancake, which being the amount of weeks out I am, is still fine to have a little bit more of the protein powder, but like I said, it's still only a scoop total in the day, and then pretty much the rest of all my other food is all whole foods. So I am going to go down, make another protein pancake. It's gonna look exactly like the one this morning, so I will not be going through that process again on camera, but I'm gonna go down, make that, enjoy it, have me a nice cup of hot tea, and I will be going to bed early because I'm like an old person now. I go to bed at I lay down at 9:45, 10 at the latest, and then I'm always up at 5, but that is what I got for you today. That is pretty much a full day of eating on, I think it's 1850 calories for my lower body day. And you saw my workout, so that's what I got for you today. Let me know what else you guys want to see for next week in this mini prep series.